Tell a friend to tell a friend. No, I'm joking. It has been a minute though since I've been on here. Almost like 2 years now. I think 2 years since I uploaded a YouTube video. Wow. Okay, so this is just get ready with me. This day I was going to a wedding. And I've been wanting to start back on YouTube anyway, so I figured let's record this. Let's save it for later and I'll edit it and upload it. So yeah, just doing my brows first, of course. This is a Wet n Wild brow pencil, so I am going to do a little bit more of a bolder brow. I do want it dark because this is an evening wedding and my makeup is going to be pretty dramatic, like a smoky eye. So I don't want super light fluffy brows with a smoky eye. I think that'll look off. And I just shape my brows the way that I want them, fill them in, and then later on when I'm done with the majority of my makeup, I'll go in with the brow gel. And then I'm gonna just carve underneath them. Of course, when I'm doing a dramatic look, I like to make the eyebrows look as sharp as possible. I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. Yeah, so I just drag this down and then I'll blend it all over my lid, using it as like my eyeshadow base. And then I'm gonna go in and set this with a pressed powder. This one right here is so good from Glam. It's actually pink inside the can, but you can't tell when you put it on, it goes transparent. So for the eyeshadows, I'm using two different eyeshadow palettes, both from Morphe. I forgot the names, and the colors inside aren't labeled, so I'm just kind of like pointing to them and showing you which shades I'm putting on as I'm doing my makeup. Which I think is fine because, I mean, this isn't really a tutorial. This is a get ready with me. I would have done like a talk through if all of my kids were not screaming in the background while I was filming this. But anyways, yes, of course I start from the lightest shades and then I get into the deeper shades, and I'm really loving this color right here. This third color I went in with, so pretty. So yeah, I'm just going for like a dark brown smoky eye when all else fails, and I just want something that's gonna like come through for me and I know I'm not gonna mess up because it's an important event. This is my go-to. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep it more of like a V shape on the outer portion of my eye. I want it to have like a swooped up effect. Since I do have hooded eyes, I think this looks best on my eye shape. And I really wish that I had filmed the hair portion. I wanted to do like an entire, like do the hair, the makeup, even the skincare prep beforehand. But it was just a little bit hard. I mean, I only have like a little space that I'm, doing this in. And then to just set up my camera, and I'm still working on that because it's a new camera. Just learning how to adjust the settings and, fix my lighting. So I'm working on it. But my hair did come out really nice this evening. Yeah, and then see, even this part, I'm a little out of focus. I'm like barely in the view of the camera, and I'm trying to do my eyeliner. So I couldn't do the full thing while it filmed, like it was just my forehead. So anyway, yeah, these are some Ardell lashes. Watch how these lashes make the look magical. It's just not complete without a good lash. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these little slimy eye patches off. They were like sliding down my face while I was trying to do the eyeshadow look. Anyways, it did really make it hydrating. So these are the three colors I'm going in for the bottom lash line. The shade that I'm using to highlight my brow bone is actually just the highlighter that I'm going to be using on my face. Now I'm going to finish up the under eyes after I finish putting the face makeup. So I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Primer Serum all over my face, and then I'll take the e.l.f. Putty Primer just in the center of my face. And then finally I'll go in with the Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. And this is just going to make sure that my foundation stays all night long. I'm using the e.l.f. Halo Glow only in the points that I'm going to be highlighting after I apply the foundation, because I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and that is the matte and poreless one. So I do want some radiance in, just like underneath the foundation, so it looks like a glow from within, but of course not in all the areas, because the more dewy the makeup is, the less time it lasts, and I'm trying to make my makeup last while still looking very radiant, youthful, glowy. So my tip for flawless skin is just to use multiple products that are going to achieve the goal that you want, but apply them in thin layers. And take your time blending. That is so important. Obviously, you don't see as long as I take, but I do take long blending. So here are the liquid products I'm going to be using on my face. So I'm going to be color correcting first because, you know, mom life, trying to brighten up the under eyes as much as possible before I go in with concealer. Now, adding a liquid contour and or liquid blush is going to really ensure that the blush and the bronzer that you put over top in the powdered versions is going to last even longer. So these e.l.f. ones are pretty pigmented. I just go in with very little because I made a mistake of going in with a lot the first time, thinking that they were just going to blend away, and it kind of made me look very ashy and dirty, I guess because it is a contour shade. I should have got like a little bit of a warmer shade, but I went with the shade that it said was for light skin. So yeah, now I know for next time. But anyways, I made it work with just a little bit. Highlighting the entire T-zone of my face. I feel like this really just bumps up the glam, especially with super intense eyes. The sponge that I'm using to blend it out is an e.l.f. sponge. It came in like a pack, like a trio pack. I got it because it looks very similar, like the shape, to the other e.l.f. sponge, and it's supposed to be the concealer sponge, but it's like a white color. That one is so good. It's my favorite sponge of all time for concealer. And this one looked exactly like it. It was the same size, and for some reason, it's a lot more dense and it's not as soft and squishy. So, I mean, it gets the job done, but I just think it's so weird how it's the same brand making a product that looks exactly the same and then the density is different. So I'm setting my face with this She Glam powder. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I did not expect to like this so much. It is a pressed powder packed on top over a loose powder, and they're both pink. So like when you put it on the face, I don't know if you can tell right here, it just looks so like brightening and radiant. It doesn't come across pink, like it still looks like translucent, but oh my gosh, like it's just so soft and like photo filter looking. And so yeah, I set the T-zone of my face with the loose powder, and then I go in with the top portion, which is the pressed powder, and a big fluffy brush to set the rest of my face. Now I'm going to go in with a bronzer from Wet n Wild. I believe this specific color combination is called dulce de leche. And then I'm going in with a blush from, I believe this is the Sigma Wildflower palette, if I'm not mistaken. I'm using the blush from here and the highlight. So I don't really contour my nose. I just add bronzer, like just so that way, you know, since I set the center of my face, it doesn't look just like my nose blends in with my cheeks. That's all. I'm just adding a little bit of shade, but not too much. I'm not like trying to change the shape of my nose or anything. So now it's time for brow gel. This one has like those fibers in it, and it just gives like that thickening look of your brow. It gives you fuller brows. I like it. It's pretty cool. So I finish up the under eyes that I had showed at the beginning of the shades, the 3 shades that I was going to use to really smoke out the lower lash line. I'm going in with those now, starting off with like a precise brush, and then a little bit more fluffy, and then a little bit more fluffy, and it just gets thicker and thicker, really trying to smoke out and make it as like sultry as possible. Oh, and here I did add a little bit of a shimmer shadow just at the bottom near the inner part of the eye, just to like add a little bit of sparkle, but majority of the look I wanted it to be matte. I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow, big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and the first shade that I went in, the lightest shade, to just blend out the edges of the eyeshadow. I don't want it to be like a harsh line. And then I'm going to just get another little fluffy brush and do the same for the inner corners of the eye. And just again, making that seamless, smoky look. And then taking a BH Cosmetics palette, and they have this light pale shade. I'm just going to go over the inner corners with that. Then top some mascara on my bottom lashes. So the lip combo I'm going in is from She Glam. I can't even remember the names right now, but I will list them below. And it's just a soft matte liner and lipstick combo. The lipstick does have some gold glitter in it. It's very pretty and it lasts really long. I only had to touch up my lipstick once, and it was after I ate dinner. I only had to touch up my face once, and I just powdered my nose. And this look came out so beautiful. I loved it. And I'm gonna just finish up on my makeup by setting my face. I'm gonna do my hair off camera. And here I'm just gonna show you the body butter and the body glitter that I mixed together and I wore. Getting ready to go. He's my son. So my hair came out. Jewelry. Your grandma's son, Dad. My ring. Fancy strap. And oh, can you see the chain on the back of the dress? It's the back of my hair. I'm good old grandma. My mom had her. Yep. Strappies.